Hello, hello, hello. Happy
Hello.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. We are the fourth quarter storytellers. We are coming with some stories to tell in the fourth quarter, not necessarily meaning the fourth quarter of your life, because we're not in the fourth quarter of our life. But then again, we don't know because nobody knows when their appointment date is. But a fourth quarter, if you think about it, is when you make the moves in a football game, something like that, that can change the trajectory of the whole game or the whole lifestyle or the whole lifetime. So that's what we're here to share. We've got some stories. We have been through our lives and we've been through some experiences, and we want to help you guys in any way possible so that you don't make the same mistakes that we made when we were going through our experiences. That's what we're here for. I am Cynthia Merritt, and I am 60 something years old. And so I got to my point where I was looking at possibly retiring, because I'll be doing that when I'm like 67-ish or so. And I said, you know what? When I looked at my finances, some changes need to be made right here. And so I put some things into place and started to rearrange my life because I didn't start at the beginning of my life because of something that had happened. My husband died, and I raised my two children as a single mom. So here I am in the fourth quarter, and I am, well, not necessarily in the fourth quarter, but making those fourth quarter moves, those changes. And I'm Cynthia Merritt. I'll turn it over to my co host.
Good
Good
morning, good morning,
morning.
good morning. I am Valerie Davis, and I am here because I too went through some changes. And those changes, I had no choice but to do some things differently. So life was life, and sometimes life can life in a good way, and then sometimes it can life in a bad way. So as Cynthia said, I too am here making changes, learning to make changes, um, learning to understand the new, the norm, the regular, and just continue to move forward with my life. And so, hey, changing the trajectory is good, moving forward, and that's why I'm here.
All right, y'all. So today we want to talk about something that is a topic of discussion for a lot of people right now, because there are so many changes that are being made in the different programs that we have in place with the government. And now one thing that is changing for a lot of people is Social Security. And I wanted to start by talking about when we should consider taking Social Security. You may not be at the point where it's time for you to take Social Security at this moment, but you would like to know some things so that you can be educated on when possibly is the best time for you to take those Social Security benefits. So that's what we're talking about today. And I am going to get something here. I've got something blocking me on my screen. Y'all, if you will give me some grace for just a moment. And while we're doing that, we will wait, and we don't have to go into too much detail. But Val, we know that you were on vacation last week, and
Yeah.
if you would share some beautiful highlights of that vacation,
I,
honey.
I would love to. I would love to. I took a great vacation with my son, my daughter, two of my grandkids, and my son's fiance. We went to Orlando. We went to Coco Cay. Coco Cay. Went to the beach, and just having that family time, watching them bond, watching them laugh and tell jokes, and it was really good. But here's the thing: I somehow became the child along the trip.
I
So
know.
my children became my parents.
I know,
So
that's
as
right.
we're as we're doing things, there's like they'll stop. Well, if you need to sit down, you can sit down. If you need to, I'm like, I don't need to sit down.
I know, I know. That is awesome.
It was so funny, but they were so concerned about me and if I'm having a good time or whatever. I'm like, listen, I'm good. You guys go on, do whatever you want to do. I got the grandkids or whatever. I am fine with that. But it was just so funny how they would just stop and come back and grab my hand as if I
Oh,
was the little one. But yeah, I was like, oh, I am so far from that. I don't need that.
I know, I know. I love that. I love that.
Yes, but we had a wonderful time,
Yeah,
guys.
okay, and the grandma
Yeah,
turned into the child.
turned into the child, honey. I'm like, look,
Mm.
I'm in my early 50s. So
I know that's right. You still got plenty of time to have some more fun.
yes, don't do that to me. In
I
fact, I
know.
was trying to ditch them and go to karaoke and couldn't ditch them.
Really? Oh, that's something else. Okay. I love
But it
it.
was fun though.
I love it. Okay. Well, I'm glad to hear that. And so now that we're gonna get that out the way with Miss Val being the actual adult slash child in the room, we're going to go ahead and start talking about some Social Security things. So, one of the most important retirement decisions we're going to make is deciding when to take our retirement benefits for Social Security, because they actually are benefits that we have earned throughout our lifetime as we have worked. Now, the best time for us to take them is going to definitely depend on our personal situation, our health.
Mm-hmm.
That's huge. Our
Yep.
finances, whether you need the money right now or not,
Mm-hmm.
our goals, and your family history. So, we're going to give you a breakdown, and I want to share something at this point. If I can, I would like to share. Let me go here back here to Zoom and share a slide that just gives us a visual.
And Cynthia, while you're pulling that up,
Mhm.
people can go into socialsecurity.com and take a look at what they have in place, right? They can,
Absolutely, they
yeah, and
can.
that's at any point, anytime.
Absolutely. And I suggest that you do. Can you guys see that on your screen?
It says you started sharing, but I don't see it yet.
Okay, okay. So let me know when it comes up on your screen.
Okay, now
You see
got it.
it? Okay, good,
Mhm.
good, good. Okay, so these are examples of ages, and let me go back to the point you were just making.
Mhm.
Everybody should go to ssa.gov
Mhm.
and check on your social security benefits. If you don't have an account yet, create an account so you can check on it. I check on mine all the time, but definitely after you do your income tax every year, because after your income tax every year, that's when they report to the Social Security office. And keep in mind that when you take your Social Security benefits, it's going to be the amount is calculated by the top 35 top
Mhm.
earning years for 35 years of your work history. It goes all the way. Mine, I was looking at mine the other day. I pull it up all the time, honey. But because sometimes they have errors on there, so you guys need to make sure everything is correct. But definitely every year after income tax time. But it goes all the way back to my first job that I had in 1976
Wow.
as a student
Mm.
in high school on a work study program.
Oh man. Okay.
Yes, yes. So it calculates all the way back to your first job. So anywho, so check on your benefits on a regular time. But here on this slide, guys, this is just examples of what we're talking about today. And this is the age and the benefits to take Social Security retirement benefits. So here they've got the age group 62 to 64 only if you need it early.
Mm.
And then because the early access, and this is why you have early access, but the benefits are reduced up to 30%.
Mm.
And that's ideal for people who have no income or poor health, and so that's going to help you then. However, if you don't have to take it that early, don't, because it's going to be an increased amount. If you can wait till 65 to 66, that's your full retirement age, your FRA. And actually that has changed from this slide, because now full retirement age is 65 through 67.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. and then you'll get 100% of your benefits at that time. And that's a good middle ground if you need the income, but you want a fair payout. So you want to wait for a more fair payout. And at that point, if you can wait until you're 67, guys, it doesn't matter. If you take it early, anywhere from 62 to 67, they will cap you. If you're going to work in addition to getting your Social Security check, you can only make $23,400 in income before they'll start deducting some money from the amount that they're paying you in Social Security benefits. Does that make sense?
So you can get your Social Security at age 67 and
No. We're talking about 62
62.
through
Okay.
67. Uh-huh.
To 67, you can get your Social Security, and you can work a job, but you can't make more than 23,000 a year.
Correct.
Oh, gotcha.
And yeah, $23,400 a year. And
Mm-hmm.
once you get over that, they take out $1 for every dollar you earn.
Ooh.
From your Social Security. So if you can wait till you're 67, you get 100% of your Social Security amount that you're eligible for, and you can make $1 million a year, and it doesn't matter. So wait till 67. As long as your health and you don't need the income to survive, wait till you're 67 because you're going to get your full payout amount. It's going to be 100% of the benefits. It's going to be more than that 62 to 67 because that's reduced by 30%. So anyway, that's the best time. And then they have 67 through 69, which is ideal for many. And then each year you delay, your FRA adds 8% of your monthly benefits. So if you wait, wow. Yeah, if you can wait, and that's your full retirement amount that your FRA. And then of course 70. I gotta move up here to see. Is your maximum benefit if you're gonna wait until you're 70? There is no advantage to wait past 70, but that's crazy. But if you have good, strong health, and just want to continue working longer, that's up to you. But but listen, at 70, go on and get them benefits.
I know that's right. Oh my goodness. I just want to repeat that last one, not the 70, but the 67 to 69, I think it said. So that you can work as much as you want and still receive your Social Security benefits.
Absolutely. At full retirement amount.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. So, and yeah, you can make $1 million and they won't take anything out.
Okay. So now, because I know that since there were some changes on that, so I'm 53. So by the time I get 65, there's bound to be more changes, you think?
Yes. Okay. So let me talk about and I think we might talk about that in what we're talking about. But I want to make this point since you asked that question. So at this point, if the government, and this is why I say it's so important for everybody, and I was given the number, and we'll give the number again today. But the government, you got to call your senators and ask them to please do something. Well, about the Social Security. I don't know how much good it's going to do right now, but do it anyway because we might be able to do something to overthrow all this. But anyway, because they've got to make some changes because right now the trust account is scheduled to run out in 2034. Which means there will be no more Social Security if they just leave it alone. Because what has to happen at this point, and this is what I told John Ossoff, they have to raise the FICA limit.
Right.
Yeah, because people who earn over $175,000 a year don't pay FICA.
Right.
If everybody pays their fair share of FICA, millionaires and billionaires included, the Social Security Fund will be fine forever. Yes. But now, at this point, after 2034, if you plan on getting Social Security, child, get another plan.
That's so scary.
I know. Val, are you on both of your audios?
No.
You're not? Okay.
No,
But yeah, that's so it is scary. It's scary, scary, scary. Yes.
mm,
Okay.
that's
All right.
scary. Yeah.
But it
Okay.
and scary and real. Scary and real. So yeah, so here's a breakdown of what we have. So some key ages for your Social Security benefits. Age 62, like we were just saying, is that's the earliest you can get it. And it gives you those reduced benefits. We'll get about 70 to 75% of your full benefit because they said, remember, it was cut by 30%. And so this is good if you need the income early or if you have health issues. So that's an option for you. So don't feel that you're in despair if you have health issues and you need that money. I have a girlfriend who just turned 62 and she decided to take her benefits because she needed some help with her health care
Right.
and
Okay.
her she and income, both. And so she took it. But it locks you in at that point at that lower amount and it's never going to go up. That's going to be the permanent amount that you'll receive as long as you receive your benefits. Now, your full retirement age, which is your FRA, 66 to 67, you're going to get 100% of your benefits, and it depends on your birth year, your full retirement age. If you were born in 1960 or later, your full retirement age is going to be 67. If you get to age 70, that's your maximum benefit age. And your benefit increases by 8%, like I said. And now everybody's going to get the COLA, which is your cost of living increase every year. You'll get that. Usually they give that in January. There's no benefit to delaying beyond 70. I don't know why anybody would.
I know
Uh,
that.
girl, because at that point, it's like, what's the purpose?
Mm.
So yeah, it's best if you can expect to live a long life, and you can afford to just wait. Then, but I don't know why.
This is so interesting. It's really interesting to me. Like I said, me being 53, haven't got there yet, but
Yeah.
but just understanding and knowing,
Yep.
seeing how important it is. And then also thinking about my siblings that are those ages. Are
Mm-hmm.
they going to wait? So now these are conversations I'm going to have with them.
Mm-hmm.
What happens if you don't wait? This is the percentage that's going to be taken. This is what you get if you wait a little longer. So now I'm just having these thoughts in my head to have these
Mm-hmm.
conversations with my siblings and other family members. It's very important. This is
Yes.
really good information.
Absolutely. So if you need, like we said, if you need the money now, that's an option for you. Take it. Look at your health and the longevity. Is it going to pay off for you to wait? And then of course, if you're still working, just remember if you're going to take the benefits and you're under your FRA, your full retirement age, that you can't make if you work in more than 22,000, actually $22,320 as of 2024.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you have a spouse, here's something to think about for a lot of people. If you have a spouse, or even if you're divorced, we'll talk about that too. So if you have a spouse who has passed, as my situation is, then you're allowed to get survivor benefits. And you can get those survivor benefits as long as you were married and not divorced, and you were married for at least 9 months.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Okay.
So, and then what you'll get at that point when you apply for those survivor benefits is you'll get what your spouse would have been earning. So you'll get their benefits and then, that will pay you out. Now, you do have to be 60 years old to apply for the survivor benefits.
Go take a shower.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
Yeah.
so now Cynthia, now I know you're saying um you have a choice. You got to figure out what's best for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a case by case scenario, person by person. So, do you mind me asking, what are your thoughts? What is your plan when it comes to Social Security? Would you most definitely try to wait? And I'm only asking because I know you'll say 60-ish. So, what would be your plan? What would you suggest?
Okay. So I'll give you my plan. I do have a plan. I got a plan for everything, child.
I know.
So I'm 62, and my plan is to take my Social Security, my full retirement amount when I turn 67. So in 5 years, I plan to take my full retirement amount, and then I will be able to get that full retirement amount because I am getting, right now until it's offset. If I'm between projects or whatever when I'm working, I am getting my spousal support because my
Okay.
husband's deceased, and
Mhm,
so I do get his when I'm not working,
mhm.
and then my own job, and then in February in 19 and 20 20 where are we 2020 what
We're 2025.
2029 is 2029 when I'll be 67. It's 5 years from now. Yeah,
Yeah.
2029. So that's when I'll be taking mine.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then I'll be able to take it from then until 20 the way it is now until
2034.
2034 and be fine.
Hmm.
So hopefully we'll get something changed before then. But that's my plan. We'll
Okay.
get something changed with the government to where Social Security will last beyond that. But at this point, that's my plan.
And you know what I do, and I got to say I like that plan better. And like you said, you can make that choice if you can hold out. Now I have heard people say, "Oh, I'm 62, I'm 63, I'm going to go ahead and start trying to get my retirement or whatever." I'm like, okay. And then in my mind, I'm like, how much are you getting? How much are your bills? How much is going to be withdrawn from that, deducted from that? Is it going to make sense? And it's the same question that I have for people when they say, "Oh, I'm going to get disability. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that." Um, and I went through, for me, I'm going to give you this story because this is storytellers. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I've had, you guys are familiar with what happened to my hand. I had to have reconstructive hand surgery, and I still a lot of things I can't do with my hand.
Mm-hmm.
Knee surgery on, this was the right hand, knee surgery on the left hand. So when I did look at disability, it was going to do me absolutely no justice at all.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely none. It was not going to be beneficial
Okay.
for me. So I decided not to. I could have, but I just chose not to.
Mm-hmm.
So it just makes me think, when I'm thinking Social Security disability, the amount that you are receiving for these programs, you seem like you would still need some assistance. You would still need money coming in somehow.
Right. And then, yeah, and as long as you can educate people on that when they're making those decisions, though you're asking great probing questions
Hmm.
because it has to like tell them, make it make sense now.
Right.
Because yeah, because if they're gonna get a job that they have to be limited to twenty
Hmm.
two thousand three hundred and
Right.
twenty dollars in order to keep their benefits going.
Hmm. Right. Right.
So as long as they know those things, and then look at, like you said, what is your amount that you're receiving now at 62 or 63?
Hmm.
Do you want to lock in at that rate?
Hmm.
Because
Hmm.
that's if you start taking it, it's gonna lock you in. You're not gonna ever get any more.
Right.
But if
Right.
you can wait until you're 67, it's gonna give you 30% more than what you're getting now.
Okay. Gotcha.
100%. Because now
Hmm.
you'll be getting 75 or 75%.
That's true. That's true. Okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Okay.
just some good questions to have,
Mm-hmm.
some good
Absolutely.
background to know.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. And now because they have cut the Social Security staffing so much, it's gonna take longer to get people on the phone, to get appointments. I know you could no longer do phone appointments. You're gonna have to go into the office and get an appointment to see someone to get your benefits started. And
Hmm.
so and you can do that online, make that appointment online, but there's probably a backlog, I'm sure, and they did that on purpose. That's on purpose to make people just kind of give up and say, I'm not even going to apply for it because it's taking so long. And like I've talked to people who said if they called with a question, they were on the phone on hold for 3 to 4 hours
Mm.
waiting just for someone to talk to them. And I was on the phone for a few hours when I was applying for my survivor benefits. I was on the phone, well, for a couple of hours, I will say. And I promise you, it's like a punch in the gut
Oh,
because not only were you on the phone for a couple of hours, but then all of a sudden it disconnects you.
oh my God. Don't you hate that?
I got in my car and drove down to the Social Security. Said, no, you ain't gonna do that to me. So,
And I think they do that intentionally. They don't want to do their job half the time. They do that.
but you know what? And I have to take
Mm-mm-mm.
their side. I have to take their side
Mm,
in
mm.
defense because when I got down there,
Oh no.
the man who I spoke with when I finally got into his office, he
Mhm.
was so kind and so nice. And he said, I said, you know what I do know, and I was really compassionate because you know you can get more good benefits from people with honey as
Oh, of
opposed to
course,
salt.
of course.
So I said, you know what? I'm just so sorry about what's going on with the government and how they are just cutting y'all staff and you're so understaffed. And I know that's why you guys have such a backup and that I was on the phone for 3 hours and then it just disconnected my call. And and I said, well, oh no, this can't be. So I got in my car and I drove down here and I said, well, someone will help me. And then he said, I handed him
Oh God.
my marriage certificate
Hmm.
and my husband's death certificate. And he said, well, you have to upload these into the system. And I said, but I have them right here. And then he looked at me and he said, let me go back here and upload this stuff for you. And he came back. And I said, see, so the people can do what they want to do. But and then he went and got his supervisor to go ahead and sign off of it. Honey, I got my check next month. But he could have gone that other route. Now, if somebody came in there screaming and fussing, carrying on, they would
Correct.
say, "Oh, child, you got to go home and upload that." You know.
Correct. You're
So
correct. Like you said, you get more bees with honey.
yeah,
You
and I
gotta have
wasn't
the mindset to be calm like you were to do so.
girl, and I had to put on my Academy Award acting skills at that point because I was gonna be doggone if I was gonna let 3 hours of my time have been wasted on hold
Mhm.
and get hung up on. We were gonna get that figured out today, you know.
Exactly.
So,
I just I just love the way you said, "Oh no, this cannot be."
I know exactly, because it really cannot. Oh my gosh,
Oh my God, I'm going to use that from now
girl,
on. Every
I
time something
know
goes wrong, oh no, this
this
cannot.
cannot be. No. That's funny. Cynthia's masterclass for influence. I know that's right.
Yes.
And so here's the thing, because you know
Hmm.
what? I have told my sons all their lives, you can, and this is nothing negative.
Hmm.
It's simply a fact.
Hmm.
You can make people treat you
The way you want to be treated.
any way you want to be treated. Absolutely, with how you treat them.
I live by that. Oh,
Me too, Val.
oh my God, I live by that.
Girl, and you know what? It's not easy, but it's so simple.
Mm,
Follow that rule. It's not easy sometimes,
mm,
y'all, but it's so simple. Keeping in your mind how I treat them right now can return to me the investment. My investment in how I treat them can give me the return
yeah,
of the desired result that I want from them.
exactly.
You know?
That is so true. That is so
Mm-hmm.
true.
Mm-hmm. Anywho, getting back to the Social Security
Oh,
child.
go ahead.
But tools that can help us, go to your Social Security account, please.
Hmm.
It is just ssa.gov. My account, look at your earnings record, your personalized estimates, and then there is also a quick calculator. So you can estimate your retirement benefits for the age at that point. And then there are some retirement planners. There's some tools from Fidelity, Vanguard, and some other financial institutions too that can help you get a estimate for what your benefits would be. And then the different things with the situations like we showed on the PowerPoint, like if you have a job loss and so
Mhm.
you need the income, take it early. If
Mhm.
you have health benefits, I mean health issues, and you need to take it, then go ahead and take it early. If you're in good health though, and think about your family tree and your family lifeline. Do if you have people who, child, I was talking to, and this is for real. I was talking to one of my friends the other day, and she said, "Girl, my grandmother just passed." I said, "I'm so sorry." She said, "Girl, I mean, it was great though because we just had a birthday party for her a couple of months ago, and you know how old she turned." And I asked her how old. She said 102.
Oh my God, what a blessing.
Yes.
Oh.
And she said they had her dressed up in the little queen and had the little hat on and everything,
Mhm.
the queen crown or whatever. And but she lived to be 102. And she was in good health. And so if you have that kind of, and so she was telling me, and it's so funny because she took her Social Security at 62
Mhm. Mhm.
because she just turned 62, and she went ahead and took it because she needed it because she job loss and some health issues.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
it made sense for her to go ahead and take it.
Right. Right.
Oh yeah. But look at your family tree and your how long you're gonna be, possibly living. And if
Mhm.
you're a married couple, oh, and one thing I didn't finish talking about was the divorce. I talked about the spousal benefit, the spousal survivor benefits, but I didn't talk about the spousal benefits. Spousal benefits, if I can get that out, is when you're divorced, y'all. If you're divorced and your spouse is still living, as long as excuse me, as long as you were married for 10 years or
Mhm.
more, you can get their Social Security benefits.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
let me ask my question then. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
married to my first husband for 11 years.
Okay.
I'm 53.
Right.
So of course he's still alive and he's remarried. So what
Mm-hmm.
for be able to get any type of support from him? I mean anything from him? Or he's remarried now. Been married to this person for 10 years so far.
Yeah. How old is he?
Let's see. Let me see. He is 60. He's 60 now.
Okay. I'm not sure if he has to be 62 or 60. That you could research that because I'm not sure it's one of them. As long as he is that age, you would be able to get his benefits.
So
But
later in life I would, but not right now. Or
not
what?
right now.
Right.
Right, right, right.
Okay.
And then what you would get is you would get his benefit, and then not only would you get it, he would not know, and he doesn't have to know.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. So a person can have been married to multiple people,
Mhm.
and so if someone applies for the benefits
Uh-huh.
during that time, and I would have to Google that to find out because I can't remember, and I would have to put it get in some of my notes to find
Okay.
out what age they are. But it's either 60 or 62. I think it's 62 for the spousal benefits.
Okay, good. Okay. Just
Yeah.
thought about it when you made that statement. Hmm.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So that is the only caveat, if you will, for that. Spousal benefits. Okay, so now I'm trying to get back where I was. Okay, right here.
Mhm.
So who is to blame for the financial situation that we're in with the retirees today? I saw a report on this topic on the CBS News.
Uh-oh.
I know one of the interviewees said, in her opinion, it was the government's experiment, and this is interesting, and it makes sense. It was the government's experiment that happened 40 years ago
Mhm.
in 1978. And the experiment was they told corporations, because everybody used to get a pension
Mhm.
with the corporations,
Yeah.
and they told the corporations, you don't have to pay pensions to your employees anymore. Let's start this new thing called the 401k. And that way, the employees can save for their own retirement benefits themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And that was such a mistake because, I mean, there are plenty of companies that offer the 401k.
Yes.
However, everybody doesn't take it and make use of it. They really don't. They don't contribute to it, and they don't have discipline to do that because no one is making them do that. And so they end up living with zero and having to live on Social Security for their retirement years. And they may be banking in their mind that, oh, well, I don't need to do this because I can live on Social Security. But Social Security is in jeopardy now. So take that 401k, build it, max it out if you can, and let it work for you, because if you have that and have it in index funds, guys, that compound interest is going to bank up and make you a bunch of money, and it's just working for you every day.
True.
And then the amount of a Social Security check now on average is about $16,000 to $20,000 per year. Who can live on that, y'all?
You can't. Who? Nobody. Oh.
And
Ah.
I know, and the sad part is that also food stamps are being cut. SNAP is being cut. So people who are living on Social Security, a lot of them get SNAP benefits. And so if they cut the SNAP benefits and they don't get that anymore, then they're going to have to be just living on the Social Security. Now, keep in mind that these cuts too, I'm going to give this little plug. These cuts that we're talking about, because they passed the bill. So the Medicaid cuts and the Social Security, and the reason I say Social Security now is because when Medicaid is cut, then some of the people on the Medicaid are going to come off, and when that happens, if they're one of the seniors, the Medicaid pays for the Part B of their
Right.
Medicare. Okay, that $185 or $84, and so that premium. So then, if they don't have the money to pay that, they're going to pull that out of their Social Security check. And that is a cut in their Social Security check. So that's where that's coming off. And then if they get their SNAP benefits cut, then they have to try to find money to buy food and stuff from their cut Social Security check. So it could be an ugly situation.
It's going to
And
be like a domino effect.
it is. It's really going to be a sad thing. So, but anyway, so it takes anywhere from $4,818 to $5,007 per month for individuals who are 65 or older to live comfortably. And if you're not making that, and if you're making $16,000 to $20,000 a year, you're not even making anywhere near 4,800. So you ain't living comfortably.
You're struggling. You're on the struggle.
Struggling, and you're at Walmart greeting at the door or checking the receipts. And so, sitting down in a chair because you can't stand up that long. And that's sad to see people working like that. So we got to try to wisely manage these 401ks, which was that retirement experiment that went bad because people it's not enforced. With the pension, you were at least, I'm so glad I got it. I was in a company that was on the very end in the early 90s of the pensions. They still had a pension. And when I got laid off from there, I do have my pension. It's very small though.
You got something.
But I got something. And so what I'm going to do when I start getting that at 65 is just invest in that. I'm just going to put it in the stock market.
I don't blame you.
Compound interest.
I've had a conversation with a couple of people last week and the week before about all these things that are going to be discontinued. And I've had several people to tell me that they are okay with it and they are glad that individuals, I know, I almost fell over. They told me they are glad that food stamps and Medicaid is going to be discontinued because the people that receive it do not need it. They're abusing it. And I asked, how do you know that? How do you know that? What document or what have you seen that has said that every individual that is on these services does not need it, that they're abusing it? They only had, each person had a reason of someone that they knew. Well, that's the one person that you know. That's the one person that you know. Maybe the one person that you think you know. That's not everybody in the world. And it made me so angry
Mm.
because there were people like us.
Yes, yes,
and,
yes.
I heard them, and there may be people that abuse the system. I'm more than sure that there are, but
There
there are
are.
people that truly, truly, truly need it. I'm focusing on those people. Those
Exactly.
people that are abusing, honey, God got them 24/7. We're not gonna worry about that. The rapture is real, so I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about the people that need the help. I'm worried about the senior citizens that may need the help. I'm worried about all these people. I'm worried about that, and it is so. It just is baffling to me that someone can actually speak those words out of their mouth with such conviction, and
Conviction. Hmm.
it's
And
amazing to me.
it is, but I there's a video out now, and I'm gonna send it to you, Val.
Okay.
But there's a video out with one of the secretaries in the government. I can't remember who it is, what her name is, but you'll see it when I send you video. But she's telling on there that that when they cut these Medicaid benefits, they're
Mm-hmm.
going to get the people who are able-bodied and they're on getting Medicaid.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Mm-hmm.
they're going to have to prove whatever disability they say, and that's fine and good.
Yes.
Guess what they're going to do with them? She said because there are, I can't remember the number exactly, but she said, I'm just pull a number out there.
Mm-hmm.
There are 34,000 people on Medicaid right now that are able-bodied that we can send to the farms and work on the farms now that the immigrants are being deported.
Oh.
So, but you know what? It's going to be, it's going to be, yeah, and that's what they were planning to get back to, because that's the closest thing, because they want to get it back. If you read Project 2025, get back to slavery, and that's, indentured servitude. And so it'll be white people, black people, Hispanic, whatever, whoever that was on Medicaid. That's what they're using, is people who were on Medicaid who are able-bodied to get out in the fields, and work. The farms, yeah,
The farm, honey.
the
Ooh,
farms. That's
Jesus.
what I mean. Mm-hmm.
Oh Lord.
I know, I know. But anyway, so that's that, and but these changes, just to clarify everything, they won't take effect until probably about December of 2026, because what they're trying to do is wait until after the primary elections, so the senators that are in office now can get reelected.
You're right.
And then once that happens, they're going to drop the bomb on everybody and cut everybody off. So they're not cutting their services now, which people who aren't educating themselves and keeping up on what's going on right now, they won't even know, because they're thinking, oh, my benefits are still just fine. I'm still getting my Medicaid, or I'm still getting, but and they don't know that the plan is to cut it at the end of next year, after they have voted them back into office.
And also with all the changes that's going on, then that's when they're really going to need those benefits. So it's gonna be like a sledgehammer at the very.
It really will be. It really will be.
Well, God be with us all.
I know. That's what we do. Pray, stay prayed up, and just educate ourselves every bit of the way, so nothing takes us by surprise. We can't be blindsided by anything.
Exactly. And with that being said, Cynthia, our next show, could we I know once before you had given the streamlined sites where we can get the real news that we want to hear and everything. So can we maybe even after each show, let's just put that out there.
Absolutely.
Because it's really, really needed, more so than ever.
Absolutely.
So if we can do that, that'll be good.
I'll do that for sure. I'll put that together. Okay.
That'll be good.
All right. Val, you got any word for us today?
Oh my God. Lord have mercy. All right. God, I release, and I have it written down right here. God, I release my plan and embrace your purpose. Show me the way that I am deemed to go. In the name of Jesus. That's it.
Amen.
Simple as that.
Amen. Yes,
Just
thank
show
you
us.
so much.
Show.
Yes, we need that. And we need unity
Mm-hmm.
and community right
Yeah.
now, y'all. Unity, those two things, unity and community. Stay in community and stay unified and stay educated on this stuff.
Yes, Lord. Mm-hmm.
We love y'all. We love y'all. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for stopping by, guys. Have a great day.
Bye. Thank you.